Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello and welcome to the Business Today show. I know many of you are thinking what the Business Today show is actually about. Well, there are many aspects of businesses we are going to discuss throughout the series. One thing I would like to say, it is a very tough economy out there. There are many businesses that are struggling. Some don't know why. There are many businesses that have really good ideas but don't know where to start from or how to implement those ideas. There are people looking to go into new businesses. They're looking for different opportunities, but however, they don't know where to start from. There are people who want to go into the property business, but they don't have the sufficient deposit. There's many businesses that are having many different legal issues, but don't know who to turn to. There are people who's looking to do business from home, but don't know what sort of business will actually suit them. Today we have 4 experts who are going to be our advisors for the coming show. So without further ado, I'll introduce you to Sham Uddin, who's a solicitor and barrister for Hampstead Law Practice. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me.
And we have Helen Wilson from Property Investment Wizard.
Hello.
And to my right, I have Mr. Mohammed Shah from Orbit iTech, our IT consultant.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
And we have Nick Strong from Franchise Intelligence.
Okay.
Welcome. Nick.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, we're going to come back to Shamuddin. Mr. Sham, could you please tell us how you got into the world of law? A bit of background about yourself, if you don't mind.
Well, I got into law not the conventional way. I went into law at the age of 18. After I just finished my A-levels, I got a job as an office junior in a solicitor's office during the holidays. And while I was working there, the owner of the business encouraged me to not to go to university directly, to part-time in the evening, and he'd sponsor me. And he did, and the rest is history. And now, after all these years, I'm a solicitor, barrister, as well as have my own practice, which I've been owning for the last 10 years. So I didn't go through the conventional route, but you know, I worked and studied and earned, as they say.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
We all know law and regulation are always changing.
Yes.
What can our viewers expect from you during the time here on our show?
Well, obviously I will try and assist as far as I possibly can with any kind of questions they have in relation to any kind of business criterias or any kind of problems they've got in setting up a business, or once set up a business, any problems, the teething problems, to see whether I could assist in that way. So any kind of problems they have, or any kind of experiences they would like to share. As we know, business is diverse. You could own a business in a number of ways. There are a number of things you could do to facilitate growing your business. And as people would tell you, most businesses fail in the first 5 years of their life. And again, lawyers, accountants, professionals are there to assist you when you're opening a business, but also they're there to assist you if it goes wrong, to try and direct you in the right place. So, you know, if there are any questions of that nature, then I'm here to help or answer any questions that they may have in relation to that.
Okay. And how about you? When you started your business, obviously not everybody starts a big firm. I know you've got quite a successful firm now. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I think most people who have started their own business may relate to this. Starting a business is exciting, but also it's daunting. There are so many things that can go wrong, but luckily it didn't. But you know, when I started my business, I was the cleaner. You know, I was the office junior, I was the lawyer. You know, on days I had to clean the toilets, you know, in order to make it success. And now, obviously, I've got people to do that. But, you know, it's not just things. I mean, when people tell you it is hard, whatever business you're in, whether it's a lawyer's business, accountant's business, opening a restaurant, you know, it is risky. But when you first start, you know, you've got to work, you've got to put the hours in. And I've seen it day in, day out with my clients now. You know, they're excited. They want to own their own business, But people do realize, but it is lonely owning your own business because there's nobody to talk to. Sometimes it is scary. Having said that, this is my principle. Earning £10 for your own self, doing your own business, has more value, I say, than earning £20 for somebody else and taking a share of it. So from that point of view, it is lonely. It is hard work, you know. But there are moments you think, oh, it'll be easy for me just to work for somebody else. But when you have employees that you're responsible for, when you have clients you're responsible, when you've created something, you know, and you've seen it grow, then all the pains, it's like a birth pain. I'm sorry, I know I'm not a woman and I've never given birth. but I'm sure, you know, a woman goes through labor and she goes through 9 months of pain, but the moment she sees the baby's face, I think she forgets all the pain that she's gone through. And to a smaller extent, it's like that. I haven't given birth.
Well, it can't be too bad because people do it time and time again.
But I have been there when my wife's given birth, so I've seen the pain.
Okay, we're going to come on to Nick Strong now, the Managing Director for Franchise Intelligence.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on the show, Nick.
You're welcome.
Could you tell us a little about your background, how you got into the world of franchise and what you did, if you could?
Well, some years ago I started off my career as a language teacher, and we started a business in the UK introducing language, foreign language, predominantly French, to children at a primary school age, because most people know in the UK you can only start learning when you're 11 years old. You can start. That's when we start learning a second language. Many parents aspire for their children to learn a new language before then, and that company was taken over by a franchise company, and so that's how I got into franchising, because I joined the team and worked both domestically and internationally to help people enter business for themselves but not by themselves, and that's essentially what franchising is.
Okay. Well, I know that's essentially what franchising is. Could you just elaborate a little bit more about what is franchising and how does it actually work in practice?
Well, franchising, when it's put together for the business owner, it's a way of growing and scaling your business. So a business owner may have found that they've reached the potential of growth for their business geographically. And when you've reached that potential of growth geographically, obviously that can be frustrating because it stops you from actually being able to expand. Now, one of the legitimate ways of expanding is to think about taking on franchisees that will take on your brand as a franchise, will follow your system, and by replicating what you've proven, that will help them to build their own success. So again, you're helping someone else replicate the business that you've built. So that's if you're a business owner and you're thinking of franchising, it's a very good way of growing and scaling your business.
Okay, that's interesting, actually. Okay, how can business owners grow through franchising? I mean,
well, I think there are fundamentals to franchising your business. Firstly, your business must be proven, it must be profitable, and it must be replicable, and the brand must be protected through trademark. Many business owners have businesses that are struggling or new or perhaps not doing very well, and they think it's a good way of getting out of a problem. That's not actually true. You have a tremendous responsibility as a business owner when you're taking someone's investment and you're helping to train them to replicate the business that you want them to follow, the business system and the trademarking that you want them to follow, the way they deal with customers, the way that they handle their business affairs. It's when you're a franchisee, when you're someone that takes on someone else's system, you are following, you're replicating that idea, that principle that someone else has set up.
And what are actually the requirements to franchising a business?
Well, in the UK, there's no legislation. So it's anyone potentially in the United Kingdom can say they're a franchise business. So for that reason, the British Franchise Association exists in the United Kingdom, which is a standards-based organisation where franchisors must meet certain standards before they can become members of the association. So if you're thinking about franchising in the UK, really as a franchisor you want to meet those standards, and as someone considering investing in that franchise business, you want to see that they have gone through those systems to show that they are proven, profitable, replicable and ethical in their dealings.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what are the costs in franchising a business?
The cost of franchising?
Franchising a business.
Well, if you're a business owner, it's not a cheap thing to do. It's something that the British Franchise Association, NatWest Franchise Survey, has suggested really anything between £75,000 and £150,000 to franchise a business, because there's a lot of advice required, a lot of time. You have to set up a pilot, and you have to basically make sure that everything is, as I said, proven, profitable and replicable, and that takes time, it takes advice, it takes legal advice, consultative advice, and really you need to be thinking over a period of years. Most franchise businesses break even after about 3 years of trading, so it's a long journey to actually building your business through franchising. However, once you get to that point, you move into bottom line profit, and it becomes profitable very quickly, and it extends the exit potential, but it's a very good way, a very solid way of growing your business.
Okay, I'm going to ask you another question. We've got 1 minute for a break, so
okay.
We're coming to the break in a bit. How can someone thinking of investing in a franchise benefit?
Well, if you're thinking of investing in a franchise, especially if you're going into business for the first time, it's a way of following a system that's proven. It's a way of getting training. It's a way of not being isolated, because there's someone that you can speak to if you have a problem, or if you want to work through a situation. So it's a way of doing your business for yourself, but having that proven model, that system, that training and support from your franchisor.
Okay. What does it cost to invest into a franchise, and what do you get for your money?
Well, there are various types of franchises. There's anything from, as I mentioned, teaching languages to children, to opening a counter-based food service restaurant, and everything in between. So you could invest maybe £10,000 to £1 million.
We're actually going to turn to go to the break now, actually, sorry. Thank you very much, viewers, for watching. We're actually going to go to a break now, so we'll see you soon. See you again.